Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittney Bundles and welcome to our Sunday Chit Chat Q&A videos. If you are new to this channel, every Sunday I read through comments, DMs, emails, text messages, pretty much any questions that you all send me. I read through them. I choose one question to go over and elaborate on. So if you are interested, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please make sure that you are subscribed. Also, please share this video. Make sure that you share it with as many people as you can, just in case anyone else has any questions similar to yours. And let's get right into the video. So today I'm going to be just pulling up my notes here. I'm going to be answering questions about I don't know how new it is, but it's a payment method by the name of Sezzle. It's Sezzle. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I've received questions about that. If you've been following me for a while, then you know that I am a strong advocate for using PayPal, especially if you're in the hair industry. I have lots of videos as to why I recommend PayPal. So when I got the email asking about Sezzle, it was from one of my subscribers, and they know that I love PayPal. So they wanted to know, hey, have you heard anything about Sezzle? Is this safe for me to use? What are your thoughts on it? Do you know any information regarding it? And just wanted to get my overall opinion on the payment source, Sezzle. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I wrote a list of 10 questions that I'm going to be answering. And the first thing that I want to go over is, what is Sezzle? Again, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. It's Sezzle. And this is like a payment source. It's a payment provider, a payment company. So meaning that when your customers check out, they're able to check out using Sezzle if that's something that you enable on your store. And it's like a buy now, pay later option, meaning that if they check out through Sezzle, they'll pay a certain amount down and then they make payments in increments. I believe it's like 4 increments. It's a buy now, pay later option, like I mentioned. I made a video a few days ago in regards to how to change the alternative payment methods on your Shopify account. And I did show you how to get to Sezzle. So I'm gonna go over a little bit of how to set Sezzle up on your Shopify website, if that's something that you're interested in, a little bit later in this video. So make sure that you watch the video in its entirety. So the second question that I'm gonna go over is, why is it beneficial? So it's beneficial. A lot of companies use Sezzle. One of the reasons that it's beneficial is because, like I said before, it gives you that buy now, pay later option. So a lot of people are interested in financing. A lot of people are interested in having, their merchandise, their product, their membership, whatever it is that they are looking to get now, and then okay with paying it later based on their payment schedule or based on their budget. And so that's a benefit. Another benefit is when you go to the Sezzle website, it shows a lot of different companies that they're partnered with, and it gives you an option to type in a company's name to see if they're working with Sezzle. And so that's another it's another outlet to advertise your business in a way. I did look into Sezzle, so that's why I have so much information pertaining to it. And I went through some of the steps as well to see if I wanted to enable Sezzle on my website, because it doesn't look like a bad option, honestly. So the third thing that I'm going to get into is, how do you get it? So if you do want Sezzle, if you want your customers to be able to have an option to buy now, pay later, and you're like, you know what, I read through all the terms and conditions, I feel comfortable using this company, and so I want to enable it on my store, what do I do? So this is for people that are wanting to know how to get it. How do I apply for Sezzle? You do have to apply. You do have to go to Sezzle.com and apply to become one of their partners in a sense. And so when you apply, they're going to ask questions as far as your name, your address. I believe they ask how long you've been in business, an estimate on your gross annual sales. What else do they ask? I believe they ask for your date of birth and the last 4 of your social to run a soft credit check as well. So they'll do that. They'll let you know that your application is being reviewed, and then it takes normally 24 to 48 hours for you to receive a response back from customer service, letting you know if you are approved. Now, when customer service emails you back to let you know if you're approved, they'll let you know what your transaction rate is. So whether it's 8% plus 30 cents per transaction, or 5% plus 10 cents per transaction. I believe the amount that they charge you, the transaction rate, depends on the soft credit check, how long you've been in business, and also your annual sales. I'm just guessing, but I don't think that everyone gets the same offer, if that makes sense. I don't think everyone has the same rate. So That's something to look out for, especially when you are running a business. You want to make sure that you look at those rates. I know a lot of us, we just get caught up with the fact of, okay, hey, it's a buy now, pay later option. I want it. But we have to look at some of the fine print, and we have to make sure that we're being very detail oriented. You know, one of the things that I always make sure, I always make sure to look at the transaction rates. And so a lot of times there's transaction fees that go along with your sale, but you want to make sure that you're comfortable with the transaction fees. And that's another reason why I say to try to not price your products too low to the point that you're cheating yourself, because not only do you have to look at making sure that you get a profit to keep your business running, pay your website, pay the business phone, pay for your business email address, but you also have to make sure that you have enough to pay the transaction fees that you may be billed every time someone uses, one of your payment options. And so, be sure that you're looking at that to make sure that it adds up to something that you're comfortable with. The next thing that I'm going to go over is how you receive the payment. So let's fast forward and say we've already applied for Sezzle, we were approved, we agree with the transaction rates, the terms and conditions, the dispute process, we agree with everything, and we're ready to get it, set up on our website. And well, let's say it's already set up on our website, and someone actually goes ahead and makes a purchase through your website using Sezzle. So you may be wondering, hey, what does that mean for me? If someone makes a payment through Sezzle, I know that they're getting their payment in increments. Do I get my payment all at once? Do I get it the same day? How long does it take to get the payment? And what I could find out from customer service is it sounds like you receive the payment in a lump sum, but you don't receive it immediately. It takes about 5 to 7 business days for you to receive the payment. And the way that you receive the payment is through your bank account. So you have to have like a bank account. I don't know if it was a debit card. I don't know if a debit card was an option, but I know that you have to have your bank account information set up on Sezzle so that you can receive a direct deposit when you receive Sezzle orders or Sezzle payments. And like I said, it's not immediate. With PayPal, if someone purchases, typically that's immediate, that's another perk and another reason why I love PayPal. With Sezzle, you are going to have to wait, 5 to 7 business days. But again, you have to figure out, is it worth it? Is this a service that I want, or is this an option that I want to offer to my customers? And not only that, but does it make sense for my business as well? The next thing I'm going to touch on is disputes. So when I looked into disputes, I didn't really see too much information on the website as far as how the dispute process worked. And when I contacted customer service, they kind of directed me right back to the website. And so, to be honest, I don't really know intricate details on their dispute process, which is a reason that kind of has me hesitant on using it. I did read on the website that they ask the customer to contact the merchants. And so if someone placed an order with you and say that they wanted to dispute it for any reason, they'll have you contact, they'll have them contact you to try to work it out. If it's something where you ship the order out and the customer never received it, then on their website it says that they would direct the customer to the mailing service that you use. So whether it's USPS, FedEx, UPS, whatever you decided to use. But it seems like they kind of put the ball back into the merchant's court, which I really didn't have a problem with that, but it sounds to me like they're not really going to be the mediator. Like with PayPal, if there's a dispute, PayPal really is kind of like the mediator. They have like an option where you can submit all of your information and your proof, and they have an option where the customers can submit their information and proof, and they pretty much review the information if it gets to that point, and they're kind of like they determine how things are going to go. I don't believe Sezzle does that. But again, like I said, it wasn't very specific information, so I really don't know. But based on what I read, it doesn't really seem like they get involved. It seems like they direct the customer back to the merchant, which again, I don't see it as a huge problem. But my personal opinion, I would just want a little bit more information on the dispute process. So if any of you use Sezzle, if any of you have experience with disputes or anything like that, be sure to leave a comment to help us out, and just let us know how you like using the service so far. Also, another question I'm going to go over is, how do you contact Sezzle? So I contacted Sezzle via email, and I contacted them pretty frequently. I think it was on Friday. And so Fridays are normally busy for businesses. Fridays, Saturdays, the weekend. And I was shocked that I got a response back that same day. I was replied to about twice on Friday. So I would say that their response rate is very, very good from my experience. And that's something that I look for too. Whenever you're wanting to partner up or do business with any company, you do want to make sure that you can get in contact with them. You do want to make sure that you're important to them enough for them to respond. You can have it could be the best company, but if they don't respond back to you, whether it's via text, email, whatever their point of contact is, it makes it hard for you to want to continue business, because it's like, if I'm signing up for your service, if I have any questions on the line, I want to make sure that I can reach out and be heard. And so I was really happy, really pleased to see that they were able to respond fairly quickly and in the same day. The next question is, would I recommend it? Again, I really don't. The only thing that's really holding me up is the dispute process and the fact that it takes 7 to 10 business days or 5 to 7 business days to have the money deposited into your account. To me, it reminds me, the 5 to 7 business days reminds me of when I was using like Stripe. And I've had, an experience with Stripe. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but it kind of reminds me of that. And my concern is, 5 to 7 business days. What happens if someone, makes the purchase, I send them the inventory, and I'm waiting for 5 to 7 days, but they dispute the item within that 5 to 7 days. I haven't received the money yet. I don't know if the money has left their account. So I just don't want to be in a position where I'm out of the product and also out of my money, if that makes sense. So those are really, my 2 biggest concerns as far as, how long I have to wait for the payment, and then also how the disputes really work in intricate details. Like, I really have to know that in order for me to switch the payment methods from PayPal, or not even switch from, but incorporate another payment option, I have to know the details, especially the dispute details. That's something that I can't just look over. I have to make sure I know that before I'm doing business with another, payment source. Okay, so another question I'm going to answer is, how do you connect Sezzle to your online store? So like I mentioned in the beginning, once you apply for Sezzle, if you are approved, especially if you're on Shopify, you can go into your settings, go into like payment options, and you can choose alternative payment methods. Click the drop down and scroll down until you see Sezzle. Once you see Sezzle, it's going to ask for like your unique ID code. And when Sezzle approves you, in your Sezzle dashboard, there will be like a unique ID passcode. And so all you do is copy and paste or write down that code and put it right into the field that it has available in your Shopify store for Sezzle. And then it's connected. So it's very simple to do. It's really seamless to connect it. And then the last question I'm going to go over is, can you use 2 payment options? So can I use PayPal, and can I also use Sezzle? Yes, you can use both simultaneously, especially on Shopify. You can use, like I said, PayPal, and you can also have the option for Sezzle. Ultimately, you have to really do the research and find out what's going to work best for you and your customers. The main questions I would ask yourself before enabling Sezzle is, are you okay with the transaction fees that they're offering to your store? Are you comfortable with the dispute process? And are you comfortable with waiting the 5 to 7 business days for your payment to deposit into your account? So those are the questions that I would ask myself before I really got invested with using Sezzle and offering this as an option to my customers. Again, based on what I've researched, I don't think that it's a horrible idea. I don't think it's a bad option. I'm kind of gravitating more towards Sezzle than some of the other payment options, for buy now, pay later that they have out there. But I would definitely want a little bit more information on the disputes before I would enable that on my store. That's just my personal decision and opinion. So if you all have any other questions, or if you have any experiences using Sezzle, please feel free to leave them down below. Again, please make sure that you are sharing videos. Make sure that you're getting them out. There's a lot of people out there that do want to start businesses, whether it be hair, lashes, whatever their heart desires. And I really want to spread the word and grow our family and just get, more people engaged, have more questions for our Sunday Chit Chat Q&A videos. And so this really just helps our family grow, really just helps other people out there find inspiration and motivation for their business, and also good tips, good tips and tricks on different updates on Shopify, and different tools that you can use to gain your customer base, and just information in general on how to increase your sales. So thanks again for watching. Make sure that you are subscribed, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.